We've got just about an hour, which does give us enough time to grab, you know, enough hellstone for us to use, for sure, but probably not going to get much further than the hive mind, if we even get past the hive mind. Hellstone, from what I remember, can craft a lot of different things. I know we can at least craft some armor, tool set, a bow, a sword, maybe a few accessories. There are quite a few other things we can make with it as well, so we're definitely going to want to get like a lot of it, but hellstone usually doesn't take long at all to mine because there's so much of it, and it's all like right here at the bottom. So it's really not a huge deal to go and grab. It's always pretty readily available, I would say. I believe it takes about, well, not about, I think it takes three ores to make one bar. So it would probably be in our best interest to grab at least 300 ore, if not like 600. So we've got 350. Yeah, let's just go for 600. Won't take us long at all. Or coming up on 500 now. There we go. 600. Alright, and I think we also need one obsidian per bar. So 3 ore plus 1 obsidian, which is going to require us to go and grab a couple hundred obsidian. But that should be easy to grab as well. Just need to find a good deposit of lava and a good deposit of water. Just bring the water to the lava. We can't, unfortunately, we can't just bring the water down into hell like we could in, actually, no, we can't do that in Minecraft. I was going to say like we can do in Minecraft, but that's actually a common feature between the games. Here we go, yeah, we can bring all this down. That lava pool down there. Yeah, I think I was trying to say the underworld functions like it does in Minecraft. If you try to bring water down into the underworld, it'll just evaporate. You just can't do anything with it. We've got to do something like this, where we have a cave, a big water deposit, and a big lava deposit. Just grab what we can from that. That should be enough. Gotta go ahead and craft it here. Yeah, we can go ahead and see what this crafts into. I know there were a lot of recipes we were waiting on because we didn't have hellstone, so should be able to craft a lot of stuff. Yeah, look at all this. I mean, I know a lot of it is going to be like earlier, or not earlier, like later game stuff. But we can still craft a lot of this stuff, actually, so. Let's see. We make hellstone arrows. Which I believe are the strongest kinds of arrows that we can make right now. We could definitely make a pouch of those. Flame ring, we're not going to need because that's a melee weapon. We can make one of these. This one lights wooden arrows on fire. But honestly, I think if we just use hellstone arrows instead, they're going to be stronger anyways. Yeah, that does a lot more damage than our bow right now. Got a sword that we're not going to make. Is melee, of course. Pickaxe, which I believe is better than the Demonite one. But there's nothing in pre-hard mode that we need this for. We're going to need it for hard mode, but we're just not there yet, so. We could just wait on this if we wanted to. If we need, if we need this hellstone. Same for this guy. Probably the best amax we can get right now. But we just don't need it because there's nothing that this won't be able to also break. So we don't necessarily need it. Phoenix Blaster could be nice. It's just a handgun basically. Summon damage. We don't need that. This is a melee set of armor, so probably don't need that either. Lava-proof bug net. We might need it. We don't really need bait anymore, so I don't know. We might not need this. Demon conch. Demonic bone ash. Which we don't have, I don't think. We might have a few, actually. I don't think we have any, but we might. Lava-proof fishing hook. Probably need that for fishing in the underworld. Multiplies all fire-based debuff damage. All attacks light enemies on fire. Ooh. Moves towards a lab within the underworld. Okay, we can definitely use that later. We're looking for the next lab. Progression of the lore. Boss summon. Voodoo Demon Voodoo Doll. Okay. Oh, a spell. We haven't had a spell in a long time. That might be nice. Another staff. Okay. Another magic weapon. Melee weapon. Melee. Ranged weapon. Okay. Rogue weapon, rogue weapon. Summon weapon. Hellstone storage upgrade. We'll probably use that for our magic storage, of course. Even better version of this. Okay. Well, we don't have bones. We can't actually make that yet. can definitely go ahead and make most of this stuff now, though. We aren't going to upgrade our armor, which might be a bit of an issue for the boss. But it seems like we can upgrade just about everything else. So that'll kind of make up, that'll have to make up for it, actually. So we can definitely get more Hellstone if we need it. But let's go ahead and start making some arrows. Need 4,000 wooden arrows, which I think we can just buy from Fairy Merchant. Yeah, because it says the same shop pool as the regular merchant, so go and buy all the arrows here. And we'll go and convert all of these into Hellfire arrows, which we can craft into a pouch. And replace our Jester arrows with. There we go. Jester arrows out of here. And I'll just trash these, trash. Keep the Jester's arrows, obviously. Gonna want a bow. Yeah, okay, so these will still fire even though it does do special stuff to wooden arrows. Yeah, the wooden arrows, it just sets on fire. So, I mean, I guess that is free fire arrows if you don't have fire arrows, but we have hellfire arrows, so we don't really need all that. So that's a cool thing we can use on the boss, I guess. It'll probably do a good amount of damage, I'd guess. Well, that's something. What else can we do? Get our pickaxe. Ham axe. Handgun, which I believe get this from the dungeon. We don't actually have access to this yet, but we're going to be getting into the dungeon relatively soon. Lava-proof bug net. Lava-proof fishing hook. Okay. Let's go ahead and make these and see what they craft into, because they are a material. We should also take a look at these accessories here. Because I remember these... yeah, the lava waders require, I think, the obsidian rose, which we couldn't get because we have hellstone. But now that we do have hellstone, we can make it. That's probably another thing we should probably make before stream ends. But let's go ahead and make the Flame Walker boots, which are a bit different, I guess. It's like 4 different types of boots we can make right now. They're all confusing me. Silk, hellstone bars, and obsidian. Got silk in here. Should have some. I guess not. We do have cobwebs, though. And obsidian. Obsidian... I put that in my blocks chest, didn't I? Yeah, because I mean, they are more of a block than anything, but I guess we have been using it for a lot of different materials, so or we have been using it a lot as a material for different things. So I suppose it does stand to reason to put the obsidian in our materials chest rather than our blocks chest. I didn't really think about that earlier. We needed 4 obsidian, right? What we needed? Yeah, there you are. Okay. What what can you craft into? What can I use you for? Hellfire treads. Where can run super fast, leaves a trail of flames in your wake, multiplies all fire-based debuff by 1.5, which is actually better than it was here. 1.25 versus 1.5. And all attacks inflict hellfire. Right. Okay. So I guess that is an alternative to these boots. I think these would probably be a little bit worse than these in terms of movement speed and the height that you get from them. That whatever that is, probably a little bit worse on the flame boots, but of course you get the fire boost with that. That multiplication there multiplies all fire-based debuffs by 1.5, and inflicts all of your attacks with hellfire. So does sound pretty strong. I don't know if we'll necessarily go for that right now, but I do see that as a possible alternative to the cross spark boots for sure. All right, what else do we have? We have the red seeking mechanism, which we'll probably use at some point next time we go looking for different labs. We can make the new spell for sure. We get 6 hellstone, 9 obsidian, and 2 fire blossoms. Do those. 9 obsidian. Then we need to go to a bookshelf, which we have in the jungle, if I remember correctly. There. So flare bolt. Okay. 53 damage. Oh my goodness. Definitely better than anything else we have. It's also material casts a slow ball of flame. Ah, okay. I feel like this would be tricky to use against the boss, but against just about anything else, this will probably be pretty solid. I don't really think we should get rid of anything from our ranged class. I think all of these are really solid weapons here. The Hyphae Rod, unfortunately, is pretty good, but it is probably the worst thing that we have for our magic build right now. Plasma Rod is still doing good work for us, so I'm gonna keep it around. Oh, what is all this? Holy. That's a magic sword, it looks like. Okay, we'll keep that in mind for later. A frigid flash bolt. Apparently combines the frost bolt, the flare bolt. Okay, that makes sense. And some hard mode materials. Alright, well, we'll keep this like this. We'll use that for now. What else can we make with Hellstone? Oh, that's right, a new staff. Maybe this will replace the plasma staff. We need ash wood. I believe we need to grab from like the edge of the underworld. I believe ashwood spawns from like this point on, like the last quarter of the underworld on this side. That's where ashwood spawns. So we'll go ahead and try to find that later. But this weapon possibly could just replace our plasma rod. We could also make this, whatever this is. Launches lava bombs, which explode into more lava bombs. Huh. If we did that, we would have to decide between replacing the space gun or one of our other ranged guns. In which case, I would probably replace the fungicide. But I'll have to make that choice when I get to it. Got some swords. Firestorm cannon. Releases a constant stream of weaponized flares. Press right click to fire a condensed spread of flares. Oh, okay, so we're gonna have to actually gather some flares wherever you get flares from. I don't know how to craft those. Okay, so that's an option for sure. I don't know if we'll use that, but I don't know, we could. Might be able to make some use out of it. Let's go ahead and craft a couple of those storage upgrades to put on our components. Alright, there we go. So now what should we do? What should we do? We should make this. Need a bucket of lava, some ash. I have ash. Be sure I have some. And we need to get some ash wood. Make this thing. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and find the trees to do that. Need a bucket to grab some lava while we're down there. Oh, I think I have some empty buckets in here, don't I? Yes, I do. Alright, great. Then we also need to figure out how we make that obsidian rose so we can start upgrading all of our boots to the next tier. And maybe for boss fights we can equip those other fire walker boots or whatever they're called. We can actually get some extra damage going during the boss fights. Yeah, for all of y'all wondering what the deal is with Ashwood, I believe in vanilla Terraria, Ashwood is not normally obtainable. I want to say you can only get it from a certain world seed, because there are world seeds in this game. So I think you can get Ashwood from a specific world seed, or it might actually, you know, spawn normally. I'm just remembering incorrectly. But I want to say otherwise, you would have to play Calamity and get it this way, because Calamity changes how the underworld spawns. On the right side of the underworld, it's like a completely new biome with new enemies and everything, and like a couple boss fights and all that stuff. So there's like a whole different underworld on the right side. On the left side, I believe, is where we're gonna get these Ashwood trees. So it's gonna take me a minute, but I'm just gonna, you know, head my way over there.